When I was 14 years old, my best friend's father, Lasse, was killed by a drunk driver. The man who hit him was driving down a deceptively straight piece of the highway when he suddenly swerved, hit the median, flew over the fence to separate the lanes, and hit Lasse's front window, killing him instantly. Lasse was 36 years old. He never got home that day. That day, Peter became fatherless. Lasse would never again come to visit Peter on a game. And Lasse would never be part of the rest of Peter's life and to see him grow up to the person he is today. Ironically, the person who hit him walked away unharmed. Honored Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and most welcome guest. We call it vehicular manslaughter. On less charitable days, I would like to call it murder. After all, it's a personal decision we make, the decision to drink and drive. Every Friday evening, I go and sing karaoke. The pub is not really on the beaten path, which means that most of the people who come to the karaoke drive a car to come there. I also know that most of the people who come there have 1, 2, 3, 4 drinks, believing that they are not affected by the alcohol, believing that they are full good drivers, even at that point. It's like watching a person playing Russian roulette, thinking it's harmless just because it went good the first 2 times. I wonder if, at times, if they and you have really thought about what alcohol does to your body and what it does to you as a driver. Most of you know that in Ontario today, the legal blood alcohol level is 0.8 promille, or 0.08% alcohol per blood weight. But what does it do to your body? Let's see. I wonder if people have the ability to excogitate that already at 0.2 per mille, which is a quarter of the legal limit, your mental abilities are measurably affected by alcohol. Already at 0.2 per mille, a quarter of the legal limit, your capacity to make rational decisions necessary to drive safely is severely diminished. And from there, it only gets worse. At double that, at 0.4 per mille, which is half the legal limit, most of us feel okay. We can still drive. But do you know that your vision is severely impacted at this time? You will have tunnel vision. You will have problems to see in the dark and to properly evaluate distances. At half the legal limit, 0.4 per mille. That together with prolonged reaction times and an inability to do precise minute maneuvers make us really poor drivers, already at half the legal limit. There is many people who wonder, how much can I drink? Well, if you ask me, not at all. But For a normal person, a glass of alcohol, a glass of wine, a glass of beer is probably one glass too many. With one glass, you're over that limit where your mental ability is not good enough, where you're too slow to react. One would think, and many think, that the worst thing that can happen is that you get caught. But really, is it? Is it the worst thing that can happen that you get caught? If you want an answer to that question, you can ask my friend Peter. You see, when I was 14 years old, his father died, hit by a drunk driver. A man who was sure that his ability to drive was proficient. A man who didn't think that drinking a couple of drinks would affect his driving to where he would kill another person. A man who, in the presence of alcohol, did the poor decision to drive and killed Peter's father. You see, the worst thing with drinking and driving is not to get caught. It's the morning after. And I spell morning M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. Thank you.